This is the yarn I will be using. To start off, we're going to make a slip knot like so. Insert your hook into the slip knot. Hold the end of the knot with your thumb. Yarn over the hook and pull through the loop. Now this is your chain 1. And you repeat this process to make a foundation chain. Just make sure each chain is of the same size, not too loose or too tight. Keep repeating until you have 30 chains. This is how your foundation chain should look like. Yarn over before inserting your hook. Now skip 3 chains and insert your hook into the 4th chain. Insert the hook and pull the yarn through. Now at this point you should have 3 loops on your hook. Now yarn over again and pull through all the 3 loops. And that is your half double crochet. Now insert your hook into the very next chain. Now keep repeating this until you reach the end of the foundation chain. This is going to be our row 1. Once done, it should look like this. Now turn over and do chain 1 simply by pulling the yarn through the loop. Now after turning over, you must see these braids. We are going to insert our hook into the top part of these braids. To start row 2, we are going to insert our hook into the 2nd chain, leaving the 1st chain empty. Make sure you do not miss the last chain of the row as it is a little hard to see. Now we are going to do one last slip stitch by pulling the yarn through the loop and then cut it at a safe distance. Now do double knots to make sure your work is secured. Now we're not going to cut the yarn at the ends, we are going to weave it in instead. To weave, just insert your hook through any hole and pull the yarn through to the other side. Do it until the yarn ends are completely invisible. This is going to be the top part of our bow. Now to make the bottom part, we are going to repeat the same process but with 20 chains in the foundation chain instead of 30. Once done, they should look like this. For this part, you can use a sewing needle. But if you're doing it with a hook, this is how you should do it. Tie a knot on one end. Keep enough yarn for the stitching and then cut the rest of it. Now this much yarn should be enough. Join both ends of your work. Now insert your hook through both the ends and pull the yarn through. After pulling the yarn, you should have a loop on your hook. Pull the yarn through again, through the loop. And make sure it's secure. Tighten it with your hands if needed. Again, do the same thing. Insert your hook from one end to another, yarn over, pull through, and again yarn over and pull through the loop. Do this 2-3 times, then do double knots and weave in the remaining yarn. You should be left with a circle. Flatten the circle to make a shape like so. Take enough yarn and then tie it in the middle of the bow. Make sure it's secure and that the knots are in the back of the bow and not in the front. Tie 2-3 knots to make sure your bow is very secured. Now we're going to place the bottom part of our bow and secure it by tying knots with the yarn. After tying the knots, make sure you don't forget to weave in the ends. And voila, your bow is ready. You can use it as a keychain, a clip, or stitch it onto some other crochet work of yours, like here I did on my glove. A little close up, and that's it. Bye bye.